I'm asking you today, will you continue doing what we as Christians have always done, and that is to fight for life? I don't care if you're in the womb or outside of the womb or an elderly person or a disabled person. I don't care. You're inherently valuable because you're made in God's image. I will fight for life. If the Christians don't fight for life, who will? You think the atheists and the evolutionists will fight for life? Look at history. It has always been the people of God that fight for the sanctity of life. We must give back to God what belongs to God, and that is He alone. He alone determines the value of human life. God alone. Caesar does not determine the value of human life. The government does not determine the value of human life. If we just say, it's not my problem, I'll let someone else speak about it, who will? If the Christians don't fight for the sanctity of life based on the Word of God, who will? Who will? You're leaving a moral vacuum in an atheist nature. You're leaving a moral vacuum in our society. And only the Christians ever fight for life. But you know what? No, abortion is political. It's too political. I'm gonna stay out of that one. Well, one thing I get all the time whenever I post about abortion is people will say, I'm a Christian, so I personally would never get an abortion. Obviously, it's wrong. It's murder. I'm a Christian, so I would never get an abortion. But who am I to tell somebody else what to do? Who am I to dictate what someone else does with their body? I personally wouldn't gas the Jews, but who am I to dictate what the Germans and what Hitler wants to do? Do you hear yourself? What do you mean, who am I? People can sin and do whatever they want, but if you want to harm somebody made in the image of God, that is my place to speak, and I will defend life. And it is the Christians who will abolish abortion. And one day in 200 years, when we look back at this and see that this was just another Holocaust, I'm going to make sure that I was on the right side of history, saying I fought for the lives of the unborn. I spoke for those who are voiceless, and I always and will always stand up for the sanctity of human life. We will abolish abortion. Christians will abolish abortion. No other body of people will do that. We will do this.